Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back to the Tim the Trucker channel. I am your host, Tim the Trucker. Now, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to be here with me, and I sincerely appreciate that. So, without further ado, let's get to today's topic. And today's topic is the pros and cons of being a flatbed truck driver. I got about 5 pros and 3 cons. So we got enough to start with a pro and end with a pro. So the first pro of being a flatbed truck driver is the working environment. In comparison to the working environment that you may experience from being a drive-in and reefer driver, flatbed truck driving environment is way different. It's way more I don't want to say way more relaxed, but I'll say the people that you encounter are way more friendly. They're way more friendly. The morale of the staff that you will interact with is way different. That's from the people in the office, the managers, and the guys that actually will be dealing with hand to hand with that's your forklift driver or crane operator. That's the guy that's managing the yard. So all of those people, they way more friendlier and cordial, and that's typically because they probably get paid better. They're getting fresh air. It's a less strenuous work environment, and they're actually working a job that they don't mind doing. Versus, the guys in the warehouse, you don't know if they're temp service, if it's a seasonal job, and also, the guys that's loading and unloading your trailer in the drop-in and reefer, they have to do a lot more manual physical labor. And I understand, prior to being in trucking, I was doing a lot of warehouse and factory work, so I understand the mindset. Understand the not liking where you're at, not liking the job you're doing. You're doing it just because you got to do it. Ain't being there for get your bills paid, right? So the overall work environment in flatbed is a lot more happier, to say the least. The first con we got is, now, with this great working environment that you do get, the catch 22 to that is you about to do a bunch of physical labor yourself. So it's like, yeah, you get a cool working environment, but after you experienced all that cool working environment, you got to get your behind out of that truck, get on the back of that trailer and chain that load down or strap that load down. Sometimes if the load has to be covered, now you got to pick up this 80 to 130, 40, maybe even 50 pounds tarp, put it on top of the load. Depending on how long the load is, you probably got 2 of these tarps you got to pick up, put on the trailer, then pick it up again and put it on top of the load. If there's not a loading machine or the forklift guy isn't nice enough to put it on the load for you, so you're gonna have to pick it up 3-4 times, climb up with it. Then you got the chains. You got to pick up the chain. You got to walk up some steps, get the chain, get down off the catwalk, walk the length of the trailer or the load, throw the chain, go get another chain, and repeat the process. It's a lot of physical labor. And also, not only are you doing this labor, you're doing it outside in all weather conditions. So if it's snowing outside, you're in the snow. I've been in the snow. I had a tarp and strap and chain all in the snow. I've had to do this everything that I've done in the snow. I had to do it in the rain. I had to do it in the dry heat. I had to do it in the humidity in the summertime. Um, so that's definitely. Oh, and then you got to drive. So you do that for an hour to 3 hours. Then you got to drive 6 or 7 hours wherever or further, depending on wherever you're going and how much time you got on your clock. So that's a definite the con to being a flatbed driver is the physical labor, and that's why most people either don't want to do it, and it's the fact that most people can't do this job. So back to the pro side, uh, you typically you're gonna get paid more being a flatbed driver than you will drive in. Sometimes reefer can be more or less similar to flatbed, but with flatbed, what I found is generally the companies, and I'm speaking from the perspective and experience of a company driver, so I'm not sure how this works for owner operators and people that have their own damn brain fart, what you call it, have their own authorities and own trucking. I'm not sure how that works, but speaking for company drivers, there's usually more bonuses and incentives to do the job. Definitely, you get paid a tarp. You getting paid to, you know, depending on what you're delivering, you may get paid a little more or whatever. Um, so yeah, usually you get paid a little bit more and a little bit better than what you may get with definitely drop in, and maybe a little bit better than some reefer places or a lot of reefer places, honestly. The next con is this can be a dangerous job. The fact that you have to get on the load and tarp. Sometimes you're on top of the load, you're doing a load of lumber, and you have to tarp that load of lumber. It could be 8 foot, 8 feet off the trailer, and you have to be able to get on top of that and tarp it. So that can be, you got fall hazards. Uh, you got people throwing my accent. You got people throwing chains and straps, so you got to watch out for that. So you worrying about stuff falling off of forklifts, stuff falling off of the trailer itself and falling on top of you. Um, you got to worry about because the nature of the job. Sometimes you at places that there's a crane operator or a crane being operated, and you have to be aware and alert of that, making sure that it doesn't fall on you and or something gets loose and swing into you. You know, also with the nature of the job, you as a driver being responsible for the securement. If something is not secure, uh, as secure as it need to be, tightened down enough, then you slam on the brakes once you're on the road. It can go into the tractor. So it's definitely a dangerous job. It's dangerous for you. And once you get on the road, if the securement's not right or something came loose, or if there is an accident and something gets knocked loose, then you got stuff tumbling and falling versus driving. Pretty much everything is kind of inside and locked down. So flatbed can be pretty damn dangerous, and I'm sure everybody would agree with that. Next pro on the list is um, being a flatbed driver or having flatbed experience is is usually a prerequisite for certain jobs that you may want to do in the trucking industry, jobs that require you to tie down or strap down or at least have some type of experience with stuff like that. Like some places with the what you call it, car hauling. Some car hauling companies want you to have some flatbed experience. Definitely, if you're doing heavy haul, like real heavy haul, where you talk about a couple 100,000 pounds, or they definitely want you to have some type of flatbed experience. All right. So next con on the list is there's a slow season in flatbed. So and the slow season is between November and February every year, or let's call it season every season, right? I guess it's a year. If you whatever, it don't damn matter. Anyway, mostly you'll be moving building material and things that need to be constructed and stuff like that. Usually, that type of activity slows down in the winter. In the winter time, so if that's slowing down, that's gonna mean you're gonna slow down, being that you're the one delivering this type of stuff. But oh, almost knocked the camera down, y'all. But during the virus or whatever, business been booming. So I've been moving all year, man. So I didn't see that. It didn't slow down for me, but that typically you'll experience a little slowdown from November to February. So that's a con for people maybe looking into doing flatbed. I know some flatbed drivers, they don't drive in the winter, especially if you like an owner operator or whatever. They just go ahead, they work 3 seasons, then wintertime they go ahead, shut down, take that off, whatever, or do something else. I don't know what the hell they do, but yeah, they not driving during the winter. I don't blame them either, cause man, tarping in the snow, that's hell, man. It truly is. It's not a fun experience. Some shit. But anyway, we got two more pros. That's the last con I have. But got two more pros. A pro to flatbed truck driving is the trailers. Using the flatbed trailer is lot less moving parts. It's pretty much only the floor part of the trailer. Um, this makes it easier for backing, in my opinion. Some people say they harder to back. Me, I can back these way easier than I can with the drive-in trailers, because like you can't see on both sides of that trailer. With this, as long as the load is not too high, you can kind of see where you're going into, and it gives you a better estimation moving back into a backing place. Um, also, there's no need to really clean the trailer off. When you're doing reefer and driving, you got to actually go in there and sweep the trailer out. Make sure, especially with reefer, if you're getting certain food grade products, whatever, you got to make sure that it's clean before you go get the next one. Sometimes you got to get it washed out, and I I ain't no fan of all that, man. I like to keep it simple. Um, so yeah, no doors, no walls. You know. The next pro is the work schedule. Most of the places you're going to deliver to and pick up at, they work Monday through Friday and between 7 and 5. You'll come across some 24-hour places and some places that may work on the weekend, but most places Monday through Friday. Some at some time 7 to 5, maybe 7 to 7, something like that. But the good part about that is it gives you predictability in your work schedule, so you can kind of make plans, or you can at least have an estimation of what your work week may look like, or your work day may look like, versus if you're in reefer or drop in and it's like you get loaded 2, 3 in the morning, 4 a.m. Most of those places open 24 hours. You're picking up any time of day, any time of night you're delivering. So I like the predictability of flatbed work schedules. A lot of these places, being that it's Monday through Friday, you do your reset on the weekend. You don't have to work on the weekend, so and that's one thing I like. That's one thing that drew me to doing flatbed versus what I was experiencing in driving. And also along with this work schedule and the predictability in it, you can have a more consistent sleep schedule also. Anytime that you can predict what you're doing or might be, where you might be or what you might do, it makes everything else easier as far as planning. And you could you could really plan your work and work your plan. But this has been my five pros and my three cons to flatbed truck driving. Quick rundown, man, for y'all. The pros were the work environment. You get paid a little more. Uh, uh, Flatbed driving is a prerequisite for a lot of other driving jobs in the trucking industry. The trailers are a pro, and the work schedule is a pro. The cons were it's a physically demanding job, very physically demanding job. It's dangerous, can be dangerous, and there's a slow season. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Listen, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you have a question or you feel like I left something out that can be added to the conversation, leave a comment below. And until next time, y'all.